Sheetal has joined us, and we are just going to have her with us in less than a second. Hold on. There you are. Hi, Sheetal. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Amazing. So, Sheetal, we have some amazing photographs that I'm going to tease the audience a little bit. I mean, I'm sure most of them already know you. But for those that don't, guys, this is what I meant by bold fashion choices. I think Sheetal, I mean, there's so many fashion icons out there, so many people that do amazing things. But honestly, for me, what I see in you and what really enamored me was that how do you manage to literally kill it each time? I mean, every time, like you're literally carrying a Mickey Mouse bag out there with a green skirt and this amazing jacket and the sunglasses, everything just fits. I feel like if I would have done that, I would have messed up something or the other. So I think that how do you always manage to make heads turn?
Well, I have to first say thank you. That's a big compliment coming from you. I think I just enjoy dressing up, and I think clothes and the way you dress are an extension of your personality. And I love to dress. I dress these myself. And if in turn that makes heads turn and I get noticed, that's even more exciting, even more flattering for me. And it's always about, it's that perfect moment when a woman walks into a room and all the heads turn to look at her, and it's like, oh my God, who is she? People wondering who she is, and everyone's looking and seeing what she's wearing and what she's all about. And I think we all aspire for that moment, and if I can be that woman, and we all want to be that woman. So that's very exciting if I can put myself in that category.
And I think that, you touched upon a very interesting point, which we at AISPI often say that fashion is an expression of you. And I think that a lot of times people feel like they need to copy someone or they need to look like someone else. But actually, you're most confident when you're in your own skin. And I think that that's what you kind of embody, right? That this is how you feel. This is what you want to look like. So even if you make those daring choices, you're confident because this is who you are.
I think that's the biggest problem. I completely agree with you. It's so easy to get it wrong. It's about dressing to suit yourself. It's about dressing to suit your body type. It's about dressing to suit your personality, because it's not just about wearing clothes. It's about, you're not a hanger, you're a human being. So you have to wear the clothes. It's not about the clothes wearing you. And it has to reflect you. You have to be comfortable. You can't borrow somebody else's personality. You have to keep your own. So people get it very wrong when they try to be somebody that they are not. And even though imitation is the best form of flattery, even when you imitate, you have to imitate and adapt it to suit you. And that's the only way that you can take a style. You have to individualize it and make it your own.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so that also brought me to the second point, which was Vogue called you the risk taker in the article with 10 other gorgeous women. And I think that, like you said, often there's a borderline between looking atrocious and absolutely phenomenal. So is there any, because obviously at the end of the day, right, like today, I'll be really honest, when you said that you want to be that woman that makes heads turn, very honestly, when I dress up and I go out, or if you look at our AISPI, our tagline, it's every time I walk into a room, I want people to ask me, where is that dress from? Or how do you look so good?
And I think
I have a long way to go. But what I'm saying is that in general, I think that's what we want women to learn. That's how we want women to express themselves. But let's be a little practical, right? Are there certain, when you're putting your looks together, how do you draw that line between looking phenomenal and just being too much?
Clothes have to look phenomenal. It doesn't matter whether you're wearing something which is very basic or whether it's wearing something extravagant. You know, fashion is about experimenting, it's using your imagination. This entire idea or the concept that is being sold to people of this effortless look, it doesn't exist. There's nothing effortless about any look.
Tell me about it.
It's supposed to look effortless, but it's all about effort. You have to put in that effort, and that is how you create a look. Even if it is the current trending look, whether it's this athleisure look and it's about wearing casual clothes, and all of us are under lockdown, so you are forced to wear basic trainers, comfortable clothes. But even that's become fashionable, and that's also become a fashion statement. So it's how you put it together, it's how you wear it, and it's also about making an effort. There's nothing without an effort.
And I think that's a really good takeaway, because very often people really undermine the effort that goes into looking good. And I think that like you said, that maybe whether it's like, I think it's also about that emotion, right? When you put something together and you're like, wait, do I feel confident? When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you have that excitement? And I think that also must be leading somewhere, that, okay, how do I feel in this outfit?
It's that feel-good factor. It's a simple thing. If you go to the gym and have a great body and you worked on it, it's a sense of achievement. You go to the hairdresser, it's a quick pick me up, your hair looks nice, and you look in the mirror at yourself, and then you're like, oh wow, I look amazing. Your hair is flicking around, or if you tied it up, it's giving you, accentuating your features, and you always walk out of a hairdresser feeling more confident. And it's all about uplifting yourself, and that's what fashion and clothes is all about also. It's uplifting.
Yeah. And now the next question I have is that when you shop, right, when you go out there to pick up a piece, when you enter a store, what are the few things that you look for in a purchase?
For me, shopping kind of goes into three compartments. One is the essentials, which I would call the classic essentials, or the essential basics, which is the famous white shirt and the famous white t-shirt, which I think is for every wardrobe.
Little black dress, those things.
It has to be of the best quality.
Yeah.
Because it's something that, you're going to keep wearing. It is always an add-on to something else which is trending.
Okay.
So I would put a black shirt, white t-shirt, black shirt, white shirt, pair of black trousers, white trousers, basic jeans, into the classic essential.
Even like your inners, right? I feel like a lot of times people don't pay enough attention to that, but like a slip, like those silk inners, like having like the things which actually layer on at the end of the day.
It's also about now, which the trend which I like also is to have amazing lingerie that shows out of what you're wearing, because it creates that trend. Like this t-shirt, it's a basic tank t-shirt, but then the inside gives it more detail. So it's now, the outerwear and innerwear is also kind of fusing together, and it's how you wear it and how you play around with it.
Okay.
So
that's rule number one. So invest in your basics, high quality things that you can layer on, things that will be added onto but will be repeated many times. Okay.
Yeah. And that stays. Then you have the second thing, which is the trend of the season, which are the pieces that you pick up to look trendy and with it. So that's the second type of, the second compartment of my shopping list.
Yeah.
And of course, the third is the absolutely must-have to die for iconic pieces, which are statement pieces, and that I would term as a fashion investment. And those
Yeah.
are the pieces that are going to stay. And you keep those pieces constantly, and you wear them, you take them out and you wear them and you rewear them and you mix them, and you mix that with the essentials and you turn a look around.
And I love that you say that, because actually 1 and 3 both are permanent fixtures, but 1 is probably the more essentials, are the ones that everyone will have. But number 3 is what will probably really differentiate person to person, because that is probably what expresses what you love, what you think is, okay, I want to keep this forever because that's so me.
I want to keep it forever because for me it's a fashion investment.
Yeah.
And people look at things differently, but I think certain pieces in fashion, which are iconic pieces, things that you keep and then you take out from your wardrobe after 2 years or 3 years, and you can wear it again, and it just stays. And those are pieces that one has to just keep. You have to buy it, whether there's an occasion, no occasion. It's an investment.
Yeah. Okay, so Sheetal, moving on to the next question, which is the 2 very diverse designers that we discussed. I think Prudence is here with you from Epoch, and Fyodor Golan. And I think, so just to give everyone a little bit of a background, Sheetal knows my dad really well. That's how we got introduced, and that's how we started talking. And
3 generations of family friends.
Yes. And basically what I do is I am the founder of AISPI, and we're running a 21-day trunk show where the third piece, which Sheetal mentioned, the really like those fashion pieces that people love. Of course, you have your iconics like the Birkins and the Chanels and those pieces. But for us, it's more about really statement wear, as well as pieces that you don't find very easily. We curate designers across Europe, and we are holding a trunk show where 100% of the profits go to charity.